The wind stirs, rustling leaves and sending shivers down Era's.
A faint, pulsating glow emanates from a nearby clearing, drawing Era's attention like a beacon. As she approaches the clearing, Era notices an ancient, decaying tree at its center, its branches tangled with dark, thorny vines.
Suddenly, a dark, ethereal figure materializes before Era, its presence like a cold wind that sends shivers down her spine.
The figure speaks in a voice that's barely audible, whispering an ancient incantation that sends Era's senses reeling.
Era's vision blurs, and she feels herself being pulled into a realm beyond the mundane, where the very fabric of reality seems to be unraveling.
When her vision clears, Era finds herself in a desolate, nightmarish landscape, surrounded by twisted, nightmarish creatures that seem to be drawn to her.
The creatures close in, their twisted forms seeming to writhe and twist like living darkness, and Era knows she must act quickly to survive.
Creatures part, revealing a figure in the distance toying. A young woman, with eyes that burn with an otherworldly fire.
The woman approaches Era, her movements fluid and deliberate, and Era senses a hidden power emanating from her.
I've been searching for you, Era. I believe you hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the forest.
Lyra leads Era deeper into the forest, navigating treacherous paths and avoiding deadly traps set by the forest's malevolent forces.
This forest holds ancient power, Era. Magic flows through these twisted roots, darker than we imagined.
Era listens intently, her mind racing with the implications of Lyra's words, and she begins to realize her own potential.
They come across a clearing, where a group of shadowy figures are gathered, their presence like a dark stain on the landscape.
Lyra warns Era to be cautious, explaining that these figures are the forest's dark children, born from the very essence of the woods.
Era draws her bow, ready to defend herself and Lyra, but the figures seem to be waiting for them, their intentions unclear.
Lyra steps forward, her eyes blazing with power, and begins to chant an ancient incantation. The figures part, revealing a hidden entrance to a subterranean realm, where the secrets of the forest await. Era and Lyra descend into the realm, navigating a maze of twisting tunnels and caverns.
They come across a chamber filled with ancient artifacts and relics, each one radiating a unique energy.
These artifacts hold the key to understanding the forest's magic, but they're also a source of great danger.
Era notices a glowing artifact in the center of the room, its energy pulsating with an otherworldly power. Era reaches out, touching the artifact, and is flooded with visions of the forest's ancient history.
The visions reveal a catastrophic event that shaped the forest's destiny, and Era begins to understand her own connection to the woods.
The artifact's power comes with a terrible cost.
Era is torn, unsure whether to claim the artifact's power or abandon it, but Lyra's words echo in her mind.
They exit the subterranean realm, returning to the forest's surface, where they're met with a dark, foreboding storm.
The storm rages on, its fury unrelenting, and Era senses a presence.
Lyra disappears, leaving Era alone to face the storm, and she's forced to rely on her own skills to survive.
She comes across a figure, cloaked in shadows, who reveals himself as a mysterious guide, sent to aid her on her journey. The guide, known only as Kael, shares his knowledge of the forest's secrets, revealing hidden paths and ancient rituals.
Era learns to harness the forest's energy, using her connection to the woods to fuel her own power.
Kael vanishes as suddenly as he appeared, leaving Era to continue her journey, but she's now more determined than ever.
Era recognizes the mushrooms as a source of powerful magic, and she knows she must be careful not to unleash their fury.
A dark presence stirs, and Era feels herself being pulled into a realm beyond the living, where the very
She's confronted by a dark, malevolent force, born from the forest's deepest, darkest recesses.
Just when all seems lost, Era recalls Lyra's words, and she finds the strength to resist the force's power.
The forest whispers to me, its voice carried on the wind and rain.
It tells Era learns of the forest's ancient history, of the catastrophic event that shaped its destiny, and of her own connection to the woods. Era is torn, unsure whether to accept the challenge or abandon her connection to the forest.
Era, you must listen to me. Embracing the forest's power will have dire consequences.
Kael also returns, his presence a reminder of the mysterious forces that shape Era's journey.
Era is forced to make a choice, one that will determine the course of her life and the fate of the forest.
She chooses to accept the challenge, embracing the forest's power and her own connection to the woods.
As she does, the forest erupts in a blaze of color and light, its secrets and magic pouring into Era like a flood. Era feels her senses expand, her connection to the forest deepening to the point where she becomes one with the woods.
she sees the forest for what it truly is, a realm of ancient power, where
Era realizes that she's no longer alone, that the forest's secrets and magic are now a part of her, guiding her on her journey. Era emerges from the forest, her eyes shining with a newfound understanding, and her connection to the woods now stronger than ever. Lyra and Kael await her, their faces etched with concern, but Era knows she's ready for whatever lies ahead.
The three of them set out into the unknown, their journey a testament to the power of friendship and determination.
As they walk, Era senses the forest's magic coursing through her veins, guiding her on her path. They come across a group of travelers who've been drawn into the forest's depths by its ancient power.
Era uses her knowledge of the forest's secrets to guide the travelers, helping them navigate its treacherous paths.
The travelers are grateful, but Era knows that her connection to the forest is now a double-edged sword. A sword. She reflects on her journey, realizing that she's grown and changed in ways she never thought possible. Era knows that she'll always be drawn to the forest, its secrets and magic calling to her like a siren's song. She's haunted by the memories of the creatures she's faced, the darkness that lurks within the woods, but she's also aware of the power she's gained.
Era realizes that she's no longer the same person who emerged from the forest's depths, that she's been changed forever by her experiences.
She looks to Lyra and Kael, who've become like family to her, and knows that she's not alone in her journey.
The three of them continue on, their bond growing stronger with each step, as they face the challenges that lie ahead.
She's aware of the weight of her responsibility, but she's also confident in her abilities, knowing that she can face whatever dangers lie within the forest.
Era's connection to the forest deepens, her senses expanding to include the wood's ancient power.
She sees the...
Era realizes that she's become a part of the forest, that her connection to the woods is now a fundamental aspect of her being.
Era's journey comes full circle as she returns to the forest's heart, where the secrets and... As Era stands before the heartwood, she feels an intense energy emanating from the ancient being.
The heartwood begins to speak, its voice like a gentle breeze on a summer day.
Era listens intently, her eyes wide with wonder as she absorbs the heartwood's wisdom. With a newfound sense of purpose, Era sets out to explore the depths of the forest, guided by the heartwood's wisdom. As she walks, Era notices that the forest is changing around her, with plants and trees responding to her presence. Era realizes that she has a special connection to the forest, one that allows her to communicate with the plants and trees.